We're live. Cool. Gentlemen, start your sharing.
Start it. Share away.
Where
Executing, sharing.
are we? Let's see if we're here on the page. Oh, we are. Cool.
Happy Friday.
Let's see who's coming. Right now, we've got 0 watchers.
Check us out. I didn't put anything out there, too. I kind of forgot, so.
Yeah, that's all right.
This whole week I've been playing catch-up. I really didn't do much the last couple days with my eye, so I've been playing catch-up.
Yeah. Not a problem. Chris and I are live.
We are live.
Come join us. I'll do it, and now that's Disney. And then, share. Oh, countdown. Let's end the countdown. Stop the share screen. We're live.
Hey!
We have a total of 1 viewer. Let's see who's out there. I know that there are many people live tonight. I know that, I know there's Mark Ambrose and his buddy over at Disney MVP is live. I know Panda is live right now.
Hey, Panda.
Matt. Yeah, they're live. They're all doing their thing. I think that Jeff Malaterno is going to be doing some sort of trivia thing tonight live. So I think a lot of people have live feeds going on tonight. So, we'll see who joins us. I'm going to...
Who's gonna join us?
I'm
in a Broadway show singing mode. I don't know really.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look at that logo right there.
Yeah, nice. Oh,
I like that. I like that.
Let's do this. Let me share it out. Join us. Join us. We're live. He's alive.
It is I.
I'll share it on my feed as well. Let's go to brand and let's get a bigger there. Let's hide us.
Cheers. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. So I have it in the corner. I have it there. Then we have that guy. Let's go to this view. We don't want that view. It's too big. There we go. That's much better. Let's go to this.
Hey,
Whoa.
We got the viewers.
We got some 4 people watching. Who's out there with us tonight? Let's see. Let's go into the comments. Anyone commenting yet?
I don't see anybody commenting.
No commenters. We should be on. I did select YouTube as well, so we should be there as well. Yeah. So nobody viewing from YouTube. 4 people watching from now. That's Disney Dads. Whoever's out there, let us know who it is. What you doing Friday night? Come chat some Disney with us.
Happy Fridays.
That's right. Happy Friday.
Everybody's from Now That's Disney, so yeah, we're good.
Yeah, now that's Disney Dads, right?
Yeah.
So, lots to talk about.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in a world of Disney with no parks open. Yeah.
So really, the only thing going on Disney is Disney Plus.
That's what everybody's watching lately.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can share my screen again and just show these real quick because I thought these were pretty cool, but unfortunately, they sold out pretty darn quick. So Joe Rohde designed his own ears.
What?
Yeah.
Say it ain't. We kind of knew that was coming.
Check those out. Yeah, let's go to a big screen here.
Look at those
there
things.
It goes. Yeah, right? Yeah, they are very cool. Let's scroll down and see if we get another picture of it. Oh, there they are. Yeah, how cool is that?
That's really cool.
They sold out like in no time.
Dude, it's got even ear flaps on it.
Yeah, it's like an old
like a pilot hat?
Like a pilot steampunk.
Oh.
It's got
well, it's fitting for Joe Rogan. I mean.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It might I'm trying to look. It's hard for me to see what's in the ears. crafted by Disney legend and adventurous Imagineer Joe Rohde.
Huh.
These 40 ears are ready for flight in the Disney Parks Design Ears collection.
That's so cool.
Some dude making cotton candy. We don't need to see it. Yeah, here's a much better picture.
I like that.
Yeah, those are nice.
Those are sweet.
Mm-hmm. So that's just a little, quick.
Do you think right now more people? I would love to know like what the stats are for people buying like those monthly Disney boxes and stuff because you can do like the offshoot where people went to like the stores, they'd go to the parks and they'd buy stuff. Well, now they can't do that. You think Disney's like increasing the ones that they were selling? Because I know Disney themselves had their own box that they were putting together.
Right. Yeah, I think that more people are trying to bring Disney into their life while they're home. And, although, again, everything's closed down, how can they do that? So they're watching stuff online. They're doing Disney Plus. They're watching YouTube videos. They're watching live feeds, and they're bringing lots of goodies into their home. Disney stuff, Disney merch. Candles. Yeah,
We thought about doing the candles. I mean, just to have some smells.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the Magic Candle Company and sign up because I need some of that Polynesian smell in my house.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could use some Beach Club right now or some Vero Beach. Oh.
Yep. Yeah, they do have a Beach Club scent.
Yeah. What shirt you wearing tonight? I like because I think every time we do this, we're always wearing a different shirt. Yeah. And I think that's awesome. What do we got there? Hey, there we go.
Olé, it's time for showtime.
I like that's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
This was a Christmas gift from Kim.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if I think everybody's seen so far, every show so far, we've had a different shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm going to start buying more shirts.
They got a showcase.
I know.
Disney.
This is a classic. This is one of my first.
So what? Yeah, I can't. It's hard to see.
I'm just gonna put my chest into the.
Yeah, stick your chest right over the screen there.
There we go. It's the
nice
fire department. Yeah,
I like that. I like it a lot.
I can't wear it too much because it's not. It doesn't. It didn't. It's not holding up as well as I'd want it to. But it's also I think 10, 11 years old now. So
right. And
every Disney trip it's been worn. So when you wear it in the Florida hot sun, all you do is sweat.
You're sweating. You're sweating.
Sweating.
Spritzing yourself.
So it looks like we got 3 viewers. Who's on?
We had 5. We dropped down. You know what? I wish I.
It's a hard night. It's Friday.
Yeah.
The quarantine is kicking in.
Yeah, the quarantine's kicked in.
Yeah, everybody's just watching Disney videos now or updates, or they're just looking and hunting for information and speculating.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's so many people live tonight. I was like, before you and I went live, I was tuning into Panda and Matt. So Matt is a cast member at Galaxy's Edge, and obviously John, a big fat panda. Everybody knows him.
Oh yeah.
They're live tonight, and John's been joining Stan Solo and I on Now That's Disney on Saturdays,
which has been awesome. I've been watching that.
Yeah, Stan's done a great job putting together the bracket challenge for the attractions, and
he's so good at that.
Yeah, he's great at that kind of stuff. And now we're going to move on to 1 credit sit down places at Disney World, Disney Springs, and resorts. So yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that'll be cool to do. I didn't expect too many people to pop in tonight. It looks like Steve Browning tuned in. Hi, Steve. We got Mario.
Hey, Steve.
Hello,
hey, Mario.
Hi, John. Hi, Danielle. Whoever's watching out there. We're looking forward to
Hello.
So now I've actually just learned how you figure out who's watching with you. You click on the little icon on your phone that tells you who's there.
What, you have an icon? Oh, you did it on your phone? Like, did you do StreamYard on your phone?
Nope. I'm in our Now That's Disney Dads
sweet
group.
Oh, look at that.
And then I clicked on there's 5 people. And then it tells me who's watching. But
nice.
Yeah, I don't see any comments yet. I did share us out to my personal Facebook, as well as Chris Ackley's watching with us.
I just logged in. I had to boost our numbers.
Yeah. And Steve Browning said, yeah. So Steve says, looks like, seems like a lot of people are live tonight, and Panda's on right now on YouTube. Yeah, that's what we were just saying, Steve. There's so many people, but it's great though, because it gives people an option at home to tune in.
We're fighting for our space.
We are.
We're clawing our way in.
But we're up against some really good people, you know?
Yeah, how do you beat with Panda? I mean,
You don't compete with Panda. You just, it's like you can't hate the player, you hate the game.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Panda. We love Panda.
It's Panda.
So I was watching it before we went live. What else? Oh, so we were going to talk real quickly about the fact, and this is old news by now, but let's share
Old
the
news.
screen and let's select this article. Iger.
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going. We talked about this already, but we never
eye of the Iger. Bob Iger takes CEO responsibilities back from Bob Chapek.
Grabbed him.
Company downsizing expected once dust settles from the pandemic, according to New York Times. Yeah. So this is unprecedented because what's going on in the world right now with COVID-19, and obviously somebody stepped in and said, "We want you to come back," or he offered it. But is that a sign that Chapek wasn't able to handle it on his own, or that it was the best thing for the company?
I'm going to go with those are unpredicted times where you need the legend.
Yeah.
You need to have somebody who's understood the ups and downs.
The eye of the Iger.
Yeah. I mean, looking at everything that Iger's been through, starting a park in a different country, he understands that, those tough times. And this is, who would ever predicted this?
Right.
So Iger steps in and, I doubt he said, hey, Bob C, I got this, the real Bob's back. But
right.
I totally see him just being, hey, I'll take the reins. You manage the personnel like you know how to do, and I'll take care of the media and,
everything else.
else.
So Steve Browning is saying that, let's see if I can also grab his article or his comment. They elected Bob see the board, so I don't think they don't believe in him. I think that they think either is the person to lead the company at this time. Yeah, I don't. Right here it says throughout the current crisis, however, only one voice from the upper echelons of the company has spoken out, and that's former CEO Bob Iger. He's obviously a leader, and he's got experience with that in a very large capacity. CEO of Disney is huge. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Chapek goes back. Chapek is still the CEO, but Iger is back in his old role here. And this says, and now Mr. Iger has effectively returned to running the company after a few weeks of letting Chapek take charge. Iger smoothly reasserted control. So, yeah, I thought that was very interesting.
I think it's the right move.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking at the experience and the background that he has and the, that leadership mindset that he's able to do, it's impressive.
Right. Very. And you know what? I think I'm going to stop the share screen because as I do this, a mouth and nose cover mask is popping up on the.
Hey, there we go.
In the feed.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Sign of the times, man.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
It's been crazy. It's been some crazy stuff going on. I know you're out in Wisconsin. We're getting hammered here in New Jersey.
It's there's an uptick. I'll give you that. We've had the waves. Our area, we're in the rural Midwest of it all.
Right.
So it's our population isn't what other people have, so it's a little bit different.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. We've had in our township alone the past 2 days over 120 additional cases.
Wow.
Yeah, we're over 30 deaths now in just the township alone. So we've reached over 1,000 cases total in our township. So it's pretty bad out here. Mr. Iger has experience dealing with the unions. Right, he might not have the experience, and there's going to be a lot of issues once people come on furlough. Yeah, there's a lot of people going on furlough.
Oh, they're stopping furlough for 100,000 of them now.
It started with 40. I think 43,000, and then bumped it up. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's huge.
Yeah, and who knows how long this is going to go on for? I mean, I actually had thought when it all first started that we'd be able to go on our April 9th trip, and now
Yeah.
we're here at the end of April, and I don't think they're going to open back up for the rest of the year. That's my opinion.
That's your guess.
I think that they and we are in for the long haul with this. Yeah, I think it's too much. And where do they start, and how do they get back into full operation, and not just Disney World, Disneyland, all over all their locations?
Yep.
You know.
No, that's a tough. I see them open the resorts first and see what happens.
So do you think,
and then
so
go
not
parks?
the parks, right?
Yeah, because I mean the resorts are, or they just open the park and not the resort. Because if you open the resorts, then you're gonna have people from out of town, out of state.
Yes.
If you open just the parks, odds are you're just gonna have locals that are going to be coming, so they'll be able to test new things. Yeah. So I mean, there's multiple theories. My guess is they'll start testing stuff June 1. And by July 1st, they'll be in phase 2, if not 3.
Wow. So yeah, you definitely have them on a faster path than I do.
I'm just looking at numbers, and now like watching like all the antibody tests coming out.
Mm-hmm.
My page is gonna go off. And just watching how like the number they're like the antibody tests are showing a ton of people have already had it. So you're like, whoa, holy cow, where did that come from?
Yeah. Yes, see, we are worried about our late September, early October trip. I've read articles that said the parks may not open until January. Right, it is all speculation until Disney announces that it's not the truth. But the more and more I'm seeing it sounds like it's going to be later than sooner.
And I was just reading something too, and I know Lisa, we're going to talk about the letter, and Lisa called a little while ago, and we were talking because we're like, hey, we got points. Can we just take them back? I mean, they're for 2020. Can we bank them for 2021 now? And like, she's like, hey, what? We're looking at your trip July. She's like, you're good. Just hang on to everything right now. So don't do anything. Just wait for us to make a determination.
Don't do anything until you have to do it.
Yeah, don't do it until Disney's making you do something.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So, no, and I mean, I don't know. This is a weird time, and now that things are opening up, we are going to see a spike. It's no different than, I mean, it's different than the flu. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's like if you were to shelter everybody, nobody's around anybody that has the flu, and now people that don't even know that they have it.
Exactly. Right.
Are going to spread it.
Asymptomatic people.
Yeah, and you have asymptomatic people for influenza A, B, you name it. You have asymptomatic people for pretty much everything. That they're going to give it to somebody, and then they might have a mild reaction. I mean, we still go to Walmart. I still go on EMS calls and fire calls. And today we had my daughter's appointment for just her 4-year-old checkup. They called and said, "Yep, we're still doing it."
Wow. Yeah.
Said, "Okay, we're coming on over." I got to the doctor's office. Like, "Do you need me to put a mask on? Do you need me to put a mask on her?" They're like, "No, only if you want to. It's up to you."
So it's kind of up to you for your own protection, right?
Yep. So in our eye clinics and our doctor's offices are opening up to 50% capacity this week. They're going to try that for 2 weeks, and so but again, our numbers are different than everybody else. And I have an opinion that if you're going to get it, you're going to have it or you've already had it until there's a vaccine. Yeah. But even with a vaccine, look how many people get the vaccine for the flu and they still succumb to the flu vaccine.
I think depending on your immune system, where your body is, age also.
Well, there's so many factors.
Like autoimmune related, like you say, it's kind of like if it's going to happen, it's going to happen either way. And even if there is a vaccine and you get it, doesn't rule you out from getting it. Just like again the flu or something, right? Yeah. So, I'm wondering if Disney goes and opens up one park and just annual pass holders. Or locals.
Yep, and I totally see that because then there'll be able to test their like thermometer reading stations that they want to do, their hand washing stations, their 6 foot distancing. So
so what do we got?
Hang on, come here.
Careful.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Tell me your name.
My name is Ava Ackley.
I love it. I love your name, Ava Ackley. Are
What
you
are you
wearing
wearing
are you wearing a princess dress?
Pajamas.
What kind of pajamas?
Those are frozen ones.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. You like the movie Frozen?
David.
Hi.
You coming to say goodnight?
Yeah, good night.
Good. You're going to bed? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's 7:49 there in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Can I watch something on your iPad?
You want to watch something on my iPad? She didn't come down here to say goodnight. She said she wanted to watch something on my iPad.
Yeah.
Well, you have to talk to your mother about that because Daddy's doing this, and so Daddy's not in control upstairs right now. Nor is Daddy ever in control upstairs.
Dads are never in control.
She wears a pants and kid, but my cutie.
That is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she came down and totally worked the system.
Oh, she totally did. She mom and pops us all the time. So
yeah. I love that. That's what Colton does. Yeah. Dad, can you buy this for me? No, I'm not. Can you buy this for me?
yeah, no. So I guess I'm a very I think somebody asked me a long time ago, beginning to my military career, and I was young and didn't have a care in the world. And somebody asked me, like, is your glass half full or half empty? And I always said it's always 3/4 full. So I just have that, hey, things could be way worse,
Exactly.
Could be way worse, and it is. This is some, this is people's nightmare. Like, this is what they fear the most,
right?
The unknown, the uncontrollable, because you and I can't control this.
Yeah, right.
We have no control over
control over whether or not you're going to get it or not going to get it.
Correct.
I mean, you can minimize it, but again, it just depends on who you are and how you operate in your body. And
I mean, we looked at like how people. I mean, even no matter what, if I wear a mask and you wear a mask, there's still like a 5% chance that I can get it from you or you can get it from me. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, you could take this if you're in that realm of these high risk areas. Wash your hands, mitigate yourself, get your food delivered, play outside. UV light kills things like no other. We're getting half our stuff. We put a UV light in our ambulance and it kills everything.
Right. Yeah. So now, are we going to inject ourselves with UV lights and bleach?
If I could inject myself with UV light, I would totally do it.
I know
because
that.
My body would be clean. And if you want to inject yourself with bleach,
not a good move, but that was kind of a funny press conference.
I would say no. I would say don't do that.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree. I mean, I work at a manufacturing pharmaceutical company.
Yep.
And everything's cleaned with isopropyl alcohol. And here we have our president talking about, can we inject isopropyl alcohol into the body? They use it for a reason. It cleans and kills germs. But it's not meant to be injected into your body.
Believe it or not, they have this machine called ECMO. And what it does is, so like if you're in cardiac arrest, like they could pretty much take your heart out of the mix and hook you up to this ECMO system, which then takes your blood, reoxygenates it, cleans it, reoxygenates it, and puts it back into your system.
That's awesome.
So we were talking to a lot of the doctors, at our hospital, like, hey, what's working? Like, what is and what is not working? Yeah. And just hearing them, they're like ECMO, because you go on a vent, you 50% chance.
Right. Because they're saying, they thought at first that the ventilators were the way to go, but now they're saying that it might be actually causing some opposite effects or possible deaths. And then also, and I believe in this because of, and Kim and I both do, just biomedical or taking care of your body, your immune system. And we really saw that big time with Colton, especially when he was younger and sick. And we went and saw a biomedical doctor. Boost your immune system by taking over-the-counter vitamins. And the reason they don't talk about it a lot on the news is because it doesn't make a lot of money. It just doesn't sell. It's not sexy.
Take your vitamin C, take your vitamin D. And I've been doing like as much as research as I can, or as I indulge into it. It's kind of funny. It's going to sound weird, but one of our health and safety officers, we talked about it and we did a lot of research on it. We've talked to a lot of different doctors on it. Is take extra zinc, extra zinc, and quinine. Quinine is going to be found, if you can find it over the tablet at some health stores, you can do it, but you can find it in tonic water.
Okay.
And way back in the day, they used to give you quinine to open your cells. So if you got like a back injury or something like that, they would do that. So what it would do is actually open the cell up and expand the cell. Where right now, I can dive into all this stuff, but
you get more oxygen.
Yep. Well, you're going to get more oxygen, but and then the extra zinc is going to kick off those iron stuff that's attached to the blood.
Right.
So you're going to be healthier. Take your vitamins, take your B, take your C, take your B12, take your over-counter vitamins, boost your immune system, take your emergency every day, extra zinc, quinine, you name it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why holistic medicine is trumping pharmaceuticals.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I truly believe in that, and I work for a pharma company. I just and see, we're going to talk about the DVC thing shortly, but I think they already tried it in Shanghai, and they opened up and then closed right down. So, and like you're saying, so like they're gonna maybe where you're at, Wisconsin, they'll open some things up and see how it goes. But the population's a little different. Like here in New Jersey, we're nowhere near that, but. I think you have to test it out to see if it does peak back up, right? So,
and we're gonna have a peak because right now our governor just put out how he wants like 38,000 tests every week,
right?
So I mean, or every how many days he wants it. So we're gonna see a spike in positive tests, but based off of that, we've already seen a decline in our hospitalization percentages.
Yeah, there are a lot of people getting over COVID-19, but it takes a long time. I mean, the Disney artist Kevin John was sick for a while. He finally got tested. He said it took a while to get a test, but he has it, and he is now, after 8 weeks of being sick, he said he's at the point where he believes he's getting over it. So could take 2 weeks to run through your body. Could take 8 weeks to run through your body. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different,
right? I just think that Disney is going to pick up a location and they're going to use it as their test scenario, like you said. New equipment, maybe temperature scanners, how it's going to work.
Oh, yeah. I totally see them too signing some agreement, or you're signing like a waiver when you go in with your fingerprint or something that, you're not going to hold us liable if you catch COVID-19. Right. You're here under your own risk. And which I'm actually surprised Walmart hasn't done that. Yeah. Menards, when you walk in the door, hasn't done that.
Yeah, I think Disney's going to do away with the fingerprint for a while. I think they're going to go on Magic Band and Magic Band alone, or even checking identification as well, something like that. But I think the fingerprint's too much of an exposure for them. But I think if they open it up to residents and not the resorts, just like day trippers.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Bud, what's happening?
Hey, Bud.
My own glass of milk.
Do you want to come say hi to Chris and the 4 people watching us? Here, you want a piece of that phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say, hey, what's up, Chris?
Hi, guys.
Hey, Bud, how's it going?
I poured myself my own glass of milk.
Oh, do you have any Oreos to go in that milk?
Upstairs, right? You have Oreos? Yeah.
Oh, just start dunking. Just go to town.
Oh, you're leaving already? You're going to go get the Oreos now, aren't you? Have fun with that. No?
The other bucket thing of milk was empty.
Oh, okay. We have more milk, but we're going to have to get more. Yeah, and I think that's what they're going to do, and it's going to be local residents, daytime only, no resorts, limited eating facilities open, that kind of stuff. Maybe part of the park, maybe one park. So.
Nope, and I see them trying to do what they can to open what they can, because summer's when they make good money, and they just lost all their money on spring break.
Oh.
So I see them. I see the governor and a lot of people in Florida pushing harder to get things done as safely as they can. There's going to be risk no matter what. There's going to be a risk no matter what. Look how the Zika virus scared everybody.
Yeah,
we had people canceling their, especially pregnant people canceling a lot of their trips to Florida because of the Zika virus.
Right. Exactly.
And that was a real threat. So I mean, this is definitely a lot higher threat, and because it's hitting a lot more targeted area of population.
Yeah, but this kind of did start off like, I think a lot of people were like, oh, like you said, it's just like the flu, or it's like this is just like swine flu or Zika or SARS, but no, this is this is something that has taken the world by storm. That has definitely done a lot of damage. So, Steve Browning is saying,
somebody else was saying that how another park was already doing that. I don't know which park already did it. If it was Universal or if it was a different one, but they were talking about how they already had facial recognition, and Disney's kind of the last ones to even think about doing that. So
yeah. I'm fine. You know what? And it's kind of weird for me. I'm fine with taking my temperature. I'm okay with facial recognition, any of that. The one thing when they were discussing it on the Diz the other day, would you go to a Disney park if you had to wear a mask?
I don't wear a mask when I go to Walmart.
Right. So I wouldn't wear a mask because when we go to spring break and it would be too hot. And
July wearing a mask in Florida.
Right, or like even when we go in April, it's 80-something degrees in Florida. So, and that would be the choice I have to make now if that's something they come down with. But that's a likely possibility here that you're going to have to wear a mask like they do at like in China or like definitely at the,
Yeah, a high today was high tomorrow is 90 degrees.
Right, 90 degrees. Imagine wearing a mask.
Oh, no,
yeah, right.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I don't think Disney will do that because look at the experience is when you take pictures of stuff when you're at Disney World or Disney in Shanghai, you don't see a lot of masks in pictures. You don't see.
Right.
It's kind of like.
Yeah. In China, they wear masks, or Japan, like they wear masks on a daily basis. But at the parks, I don't see them when I watch videos and stuff as often as you would if you just see footage of like somewhere else in the country.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's a great question. I would say for me personally, and I have no problem because right now we wear them on calls. What do I want to? No.
Right.
The risk is so high no matter what. I mean, it's because no matter if it's on my shirt when I take my mask off and I inhale it, if the droplets, all this testing that they've done, the risk is there if I touch a box of cereal or if you touch the box of cereal. So
exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's just going to be really interesting to see when they will do something. When something's going to open at a Disney location, how they're going to go about doing it.
But no, I think you're right. Doing locals, pass holders first, and doing one park and just testing out things where, what are they going to work? The stanchions. I think they showed pictures of what did they show? Was that Shanghai? Or which one did they show pictures of, like the stanchions or the queue lines where they had the things on the ground for every 6 feet for your social distancing?
I didn't see that.
I'll have to look that one up. But they had Disney park things where they were talking like Mickey's feet, stand so far back and stuff like that.
It's going to be so hard for people to follow because some people just cannot follow simple instruction. I'm not knocking anybody, but it's so hard to do. Steve has a compromising immune system. Right. You will not wear a mask if you have to go to Disney. I know it's a choice that certain people are going to have to make. I was talking to Kim about it last night after watching, the guys on the Diz the other night, and I just don't think I could do it.
No, and you know what? I'm hoping to, as soon as we can, get an antibody test so I can start donating plasma if I've already had it, which I think I already have.
Right.
Based off of the signs and symptoms I had twice this year. So I think one was the flu and one was this, but that way people with the compromised immune systems, you can give them the antibodies. I think they should get it first. That's a huge for me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's a huge breakthrough. I mean, I can tell you I've had plasma, my own plasma taken, my blood taken, plasma spun, and then re-injected into my feet for plantar fasciitis. And knock on wood, it's gone. And this is years, and my feet they feel great. Like that doesn't bother me anymore. And it was so painful. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool that they can do that.
Right. And it just healed it. So I totally believe like in that plasma route, and a lot of I know that Steve had asked earlier, and I have it, Steve. I'm going to share the screen again. We're going to pull up the new announcement because
the letter
DVC has been taking a beating, And I'm shocked it's taken this long, but let's go to.
Well, you know, and this might be a sign of something coming.
Right. Yeah, it could be. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. Let's see.
I'm like zooming. You can't see me, so it's fine. I'm
Yeah.
all like up on it, up on my grizzle.
Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. I think if I make it any bigger, it's going to cut off the screen here. There we go. So Disney Vacation Club sends out an email to their members today. Obviously, like they've been whenever they've sent out a letter recently. I hope you and your family are staying healthy, yada, yada, yada. And then they get to the good stuff. We know that some members had reservations for Disney Vacation Club resort stays during the closure period using points that are set to expire. So 2019 use year points for April and June that are set to expire in 2020 and that were used for reservations will be extended for 1 year from the current expiration. So what that means is for somebody like myself, my family, we had a vacation planned for April 9th through the 19th of this month, and that's passed and it was canceled, obviously. So part of the points that we used to book that trip were 2019 points. 123 Disney Vacation Club points were used for 2019 to book that trip. Because the parks were closed and that trip was canceled, the points are going to expire because we have a June use year and they expire after a certain period of time. So our only option was to transfer them to the RCI catalog, which is another timeshare catalog that Disney partners with. So now with this announcement Disney made today, those points are coming back. So we're getting them back. We're getting 123 points or 120 points that I transferred to RCI back, and we have 1 year to use those points. So, but this has taken a decent amount of time for DVC to come up with this response.
Yeah, it's definitely it took a little, but I mean, look at the legal logistics they had to fight through, that red tape they had to cut.
There's a lot, and I know that there's a lot of regulations with like timeshare ownership and what they can or can't do.
Yeah.
So, you know, what has happened in the past is if a DVC member transferred their points over to the RCI catalog, you couldn't transfer it back. Right now, because of this new announcement that Disney Vacation Club announced today, they are doing that. So now you are able to withdraw those points if you fall into this date range and cancellation. They also go on to say that 2018 use year points for April and June that were banked into 2019 and used for these reservations are going to be extended for 6 months. So if you had 2018 points that you moved to 2019, you get a 6-month extension. Now, say the parks don't open for another 6 months. Do they extend it after that? Who knows? But that's what they're offering for people that had 2018 points moved into 2019. But then the part that is making a lot of people unhappy is the fact that they say, in light of this and to help with the resort availability in the coming year, beginning today, members who want to borrow points to complete a reservation will temporarily only be able to borrow up to 50% of their future use year points instead of 100. So they're going to try and cut down on how many points that somebody can borrow and availability in the Disney Vacation Club resorts catalog.
Which is nice for, say, somebody like you.
Me, but not somebody who plan on
not somebody who I'm trying to book right now for next year.
Right. And say you want
unless I have 1,000 points just sitting, I just bought 1,000 because that's who I am. You're like, oh man, I can only borrow 500, but now it means I got 1,500. I get to stay at the bungalows for 6 weeks. We're good.
Right. Yeah. Now, so if you plan on using 300 points for that trip, you can only use 150.
Well, yeah. So that's if you want to borrow from you. So if you already have 300 in the bank, you got 300 sitting there for 2021, but you want to take another 300 from 2022 to borrow over, you can only take 150.
Right. Yeah. So they're going to limit that. And the way that this is reading says, we'll get back to it.
But the nice
So
part is you got your points back. You got your 119 back, right?
I got 120 back. So
120.
we transferred an even 120. We had 123 that we lost, but 3 stayed there, and they held it because you could only transfer like an even amount. I couldn't transfer 123. I could have either transferred 120 or bought 7 more points and then moved it. So I just moved 120, which came back. This is saying, yeah, in light of this and to help with resort availability in the coming year, beginning today, members who want to borrow points to complete a reservation will temporarily only be able to borrow up to 50% of their future use year points per contract as permitted by your home rules and regulations. So this just says in the coming year.
Yep.
It doesn't talk about anything past that.
No, so maybe they're just saying for the rest of 2020.
Right. So in the coming year, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Steve, you're right. So like I'll look at, so Lisa and I, we've already booked our trip in July. You've already have your trip booked in September. You're good. You're golden. They're not going to change it. They're not going to give you half your points back, cancel half your trip.
Right.
Nope, you're good. It's now if say Lisa and I, we cancel our July trip and now we want to book something in August or September or October, and we want to borrow, we want to look at more points, we can only take 50% from 2021.
Right.
Yay! So yeah, this is really good information. This is finally saying, hey, DVC, you've helped build Disney to what it is right now, I think, because I own some doorknobs somewhere in Bay Lake. So, but if they're saying, hey, we understand that you've paid for these, you can't use them, this is what we're going to do to help you out.
Yeah, and I think, again, in the case of somebody like myself, it helps. And I saw a lot of people. I like to go on DVC Fan on Facebook, which is, if you have Paul Krieger and the guys from the Diz run that page, and it's very helpful. A lot of good information there and a lot of good comments. I saw a lot of comments on both sides of things. People like, in my situation, it helped, and then other people who plan on borrowing points are upset. Steve says that might get interesting because you already had your July trip planned, so you might still be able to borrow 100% of your points if you wanted to do August or not. They'll have to figure all that out. I know there's going to be a lot of logistics here to kind of
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of things we're tossing up in the air. So I mean and I understand that. That makes total perfect sense.
Yeah.
Of what's going to get tossed up, what's going to be thrown out there. It's going to be interesting.
It is. I think another interesting thing they tackled in the letter was annual dues, because a lot of people were talking about annual dues and would they get money back. So the letter specifically talks about.
Was that like the December?
It says some members had questions about how the closure is affecting their association's annual dues. While lower operating costs are anticipated for each condominium association because of closures, there are many unknowns ahead. So basically what they're saying is, no, you're not going to get money back. From your dues.
No, because we're going to put a hand washing station on every floor. So and we're going to put thermal imaging cameras all throughout the resort. So
you're going to pay Disney Open, basically, or in business.
Yeah, you're done.
Right. So that they are saying our commitment. Let's find it. Our commitment to guest and cast safety remains our top priority, and changes may be implemented to the way we operate, which may add some new costs. But given the unique circumstances of the situation, the proposal is to issue a credit to members in mid-December as part of the distribution of annual dues statements for 2021.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this is good information. No, like I just find it funny. Are there May use years? This says April and June.
So I have a June use year.
I have an April and a February use year.
Good question. I would have thought there would be a use year for every month, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So they just said May and June. Maybe did they made it May through June?
May through June, right? Yeah,
That's what I'm
exactly.
thinking. Maybe somebody probably is gonna be like, nope. There's probably only 6 use years.
Yeah.
I call them use months, but everybody says them use years.
Well, they call it a use year, right? Because that's when you could. So
or April to April, June to June,
right.
August
So
to August.
just to describe it for somebody who doesn't understand Disney Vacation Club, we have a June use year, which means I want to book a trip for next year to go to Disney World, and our first day on property will be March 26th of 2021. I have to book that trip. The first day I can book it is April 26th of this year.
Yep.
So that is what my June use year gets me. It gets me that period of time to book that. So when we bought our contract, that's the way we set it up, and that's the way, if you're going to take a trip every year around the same time, how you would kind of go about selecting your use year.
Yeah, we go every summer, so that's why April is great for us. So
yeah. I mean, so they do look. They are talking about money back from annual dues if the association has an operating surplus, as opposed to rolling all surpluses into reserves. So we'll see, right? I mean, that was kind of the least of my worries. The dues. I know for some people that's a big. That was a big question. For me, I wanted my points back, and I got them.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, yeah. What does Steve say? Steve says, from what I remember correctly, I heard on DVC podcast, I believe April and August do not have a use year.
Huh.
I have an April use year, so that's interesting. I mean,
maybe May and August.
May and August, yeah, like every other. So, like, because we have February, maybe there's no March,
right?
And April is a use year, no May. June, there's no July, and then August. Maybe that's I mean, there's only 6 use years.
This is where we need a DVC professional.
Yeah, DVC professional. I'm a semi pro.
I just own
point. I just pay Disney. That's all I do.
Exactly. I paid them a ton of money.
So I go on
vacation every year. Yeah, and I mean, I spent about 25 minutes on hold today with Disney Vacation Club.
That's not bad.
Well, then they transferred me over to an RCI specialist, and that took like an hour, close to an hour and a half. So almost 2 complete hours on the phone. To be told that, yeah. So, and then they did withdraw the points from RCI. They moved them back to Disney Vacation Club. And I said, I'm going to be calling in 2 days to book my trip for next year. And they said, call tomorrow and ask them to expedite the movement of the points from RCI back to DVC, which I expect I'm going to have to be on the phone for another couple hours. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's okay, Steve.
Yeah, it's okay. I make mistakes all the time. Ask my wife. No, and that's like I read that. So you said it, and I'm like, Lisa, did we get an email? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, from DVC, we get an email. I'm like, I didn't get one. She's like the share. She takes all of that stuff.
Right.
So she read it to me, and I'm like, where my glass is 3/4 full. I kind of got some excitement from it because they said they didn't go into August for those use years. They did April and or what did they do? They did
but
they did something in May. Did April and June.
Right. April and June. It says resort stays during the closure period using points that are set to expire. So, and it would have to have been 2019 or 2018 points.
Yeah.
For April and June. So again, I was using 2019 points for an April trip.
Yep. So you get all of that stuff for next year. So
right.
For me, I'm like, hey, they didn't go into August. I think so. Like for me, I'm like, hey, they didn't go any further. They said 2 years, 2 use years. That's a really good sign.
And let's see. Like as now by this time next month, if parks are still closed and we're still
do they add
we add another so they take that use year month and then give it to those people as well, right? So We'll see what they do.
A whole nother 30 days from my speculation of June 1 of something happening.
Right.
Look what's gone on in 7 weeks already. The ups and downs that we've had as a country, the ups and downs. I mean, there's some light, I think, at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. I really hope there is.
I really do.
It's been, I think, about 6 weeks since we've been basically quarantined here.
But I mean, for us, like, even I'm sure it even by you guys. Look how many doctors and nurses are like on furlough and being laid off across the country.
Furloughed. Yeah.
You're furloughed. I mean, people that were supposed to be essential employees are now being furloughed.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like the word essential because I think we're all essential in our own way.
Well, right. For the company, you're essential. And
yeah. You're essential for your family and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, essential if you're offering a service that is feeding somebody or keeping somebody alive, that's essential. Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody's job is essential in some way, or else we wouldn't have them.
Yeah.
So,
and look at our ER. Our ER went down. They're sending nurses home daily in our ER hospital. I mean, it's like, man,
you can't have sick people treating sick people.
No.
It's just it's crazy time. So I mean, it did take DVC a while, but I'm glad that they did this. Obviously, some people are unhappy. They were taking a beating.
I think this is that good olive branch, that good peace offering to say, like I said, it took a while, but look how much red tape. Look how much
there is. Yeah,
there's so much legal stuff to do with timeshare. It's real estate.
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
they
can't just be like, hey, here's a bunch of points back.
Yeah,
no worries about it.
Yeah. We just refinanced our house today, and all the paperwork I had to sign just
like buying a house.
Yeah, just like there was more.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm glad they did something. Steve said the hospitals can't even do elective surgeries and most kind of surgeries, so those doctors and nurses aren't needed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and they're moving
people by us that aren't even getting their chemo treatments. So
wow.
Yeah. Let's do some things a smart way and wash your hands.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Social distance, wash your hands, do what you can. We have, I think in 6 weeks, I've gone into a food store once. We've had all food delivery pickups. We're doing what we can.
That's good.
We're ordering a lot of stuff to the house. Kim has found a place to pick up like a produce box.
Nice.
We are having stuff shipped, whatever we can, like if it's Walmart, Target, Amazon, whatever. But then we go through like a several stage disinfection. Like we literally, the box comes, it's delivered on the stairs. We spray it. We let it sit, right? We let those juices marinate for a while. Then we open the box goes into the recycle bin. Then we spray what's inside the box. That sits for a while.
Throw that stuff out in the sun. The UV kills it in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. So we're letting stuff sit outside. We spray it, so that it's several steps before whatever we ordered or whatever we're buying comes into our house. Food shopping. When we go to the grocery store, they load the back of the car up with the groceries for that, like curbside stuff.
Yep.
Everything gets loaded into the garage. We unbag everything. Everything gets thrown out in the garbage, and then we start wiping down anything before it comes into the house. It gets sprayed. So, like, is it a lot of work? Yes. But is it keeping people safe? Yeah. So you got to do what you can.
Yeah. You got that's smart. That is doing the due diligence to make sure you guys are safe.
Right. Yeah. And again, we've got an autoimmune compromised child. I'm autoimmune compromised, being type 2 diabetic. So
no, there's a lot of risk factors that play into those steps that you need to do.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if there's anything else going on in the world of Disney.
Yeah. I guess, what are you doing right now to stay in love with Disney? What are you getting? I mean, like we talked about maybe like getting the candles shipped to our house. So you got the little poly scent going on, and I'm going to get some beach up in my,
I was when this all first happened, I got to admit, I was bitter, not at Disney because they had to close. I was bitter our trip was canceled.
Oh yeah.
I was really bitter because I love Disney. And then I said, I have to keep the magic alive, right? So what am I doing? I'm still watching all the same vloggers.
Yep.
I'm watching old videos. I am watching videos of fireworks shows, parades. I am considering, like you said, like buying the candles from Magic Candle Company and bringing those scents into my house because I can't be there. I'm going live. I'm talking about Disney. I'm keeping the magic alive is what I'm doing.
That's good.
Yeah. How about you?
We've talked about the boxes. We've talked about the candles.
Right.
We still sit down and watch like old YouTube videos about the parks or the resorts. We still watch the funny stuff that Tim Tracker throws out right now. And it's like
him and his wife Jen have such inventive videos right now. Like such credit to them.
They
Yeah.
did like the Disney, like I don't know, like the hot dog, the Casey's hot dog or something
Yeah,
like
so far they pretended from home that they went to Magic Kingdom, and the other day they did a Epcot one.
Yeah.
And so they're shooting a video that they're going and taking their child Jackson to these parks. And is it corny? Heck yeah, it's corny.
I love it.
I love it.
I love
just
corny.
love their imagination. I love the fact that they are still trying to bring Disney to people because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Talking Disney,
Yep.
looking at stuff online. I haven't changed anything that the way I approach my passion for Disney, other than the fact that I can't go there right now.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the one thing that's keeping me positive right now is they haven't canceled our July trip.
Right.
And right now I told Lisa, I said, because with all the dances that Addie was doing, they canceled one of her dances. One of her dances is during our July trip. Well, we looked at trying to change that trip and go a week later. It's like, hey, we're even pushing things even a week later. We called the resorts and the one bedrooms. There's a couple one bedrooms, but there wasn't a lot of availability like you would expect.
No.
I think there's a lot of optimism.
Yeah, people are holding on to it.
There's people holding on to it.
Right.
People giving it away. I mean, there's those are the two paths.
Right.
And like, well, hey, that's a good sign. People aren't just they're not getting rid of their reservations. They're holding strong that something's going to happen, and they're staying positive, and I love that. I love when I go on a blog or I look at something and people are like, oh, nope, not it's this, you might as well sell all your Disney. You're never going back. And I'm like, man, this be positive and have a little bit of joy, and like not this year, but next year, and
that's what I'm looking forward to now. It's next year. It's the end of March to the beginning of April would be our next trip. And that's what it is. What it is.
Yeah, it's 100% out of your control and my control.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just trying to stay positive. We love watching just some of the Disney stuff right now. We watched what was the new movie just came out? Is it Onward?
Onward. Disney released Onward.
Oh my gosh, I cried in that. So
yeah, you're right, Steve. Yeah, good point. Like we've watched several movies that we don't usually have time for. We watched the Aladdin remake, which was I loved it.
Oh my god, right? That was awesome.
Yeah, it was like so. The first couple minutes open up in the song, and I go, I don't like the song. I don't like the way it was sung. I'm not going to really be into this. And I even looked over at Kim. She's like, that wasn't that good of a song. And then the movie gets rolling, and the both of us were really into it. Loved it.
Well, and you know what? I think I remember reading an article or watching a vlog of them interviewing Will Smith.
Right.
And he said, I can't do the song the way Robin Williams did. Okay. And I won't do it. That's homage to him. And I'm not taking that away. So and I think that was like the kicker of like, how can we do this my way? It
was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was awesome as the genie. I thought that
it was really good.
Yeah. Like he was really good at it. It was just the first couple minutes. And I think I had that negativity about it. And then I said, man, I really am enjoying this. And the same thing, we watched Coco, but that was funny because we watched the whole movie and there's like 5 minutes left. I look over at Kim and I go, this movie is so good, and I'm so happy it hasn't made us cry. And bam, the part at the end starts to happen, and both of us are tearing up, and it's hilarious because I didn't think I was going to cry during that movie.
I cried in Onward. I cried in Coco. I cried in Good Dinosaur. I cried in the last. I cried in the last one of Toy Story 4. I mean,
Yeah.
Disney, what are you doing to my emotions?
I think I cried 3 times in The Good Dinosaur in the first couple of minutes. It's so sad. Yeah, Toy Story 4 was another movie we watched. So we're getting to watch movies we don't normally have time to watch because we're busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I talk about Disney every day. It's like I mean I run a Disney group, right? We have now that's Disney Dads. I have now that's Disney. I talk about it every day. It hasn't stopped. I'm on Facebook scrolling through, looking at Disney stuff. I talk to Kim about it every day. So
yeah, no, we're talking about Disney. We're still doing our countdown. The girls are still excited. We're getting our camper. We're getting our camper back, so we're trying to find some like Disney items to put in the camper. So
right, yeah, exactly. You gotta keep
we're pushing along. We're the girls are having fun right now. So yeah, it's I'd love to like think, you know, like right now we're on this this budget I don't want to say hiatus, but we're trying to like we're trying to like control our like what we spend every week, you know, because we were home and we're like,
right.
We're going through more food than we did before.
Well, right, exactly. So
they eat all of my snacks. I mean,
snacks are rough, and so there's times of the day where I'm like, I'm not going to touch the snacks, and once I dive into that snack cabinet, it's like Kim's like, you just ate a whole bag of that, and I'm like, I know, like that's an issue, but here's the other, like we're not driving anywhere, we're not spending money on gas, I'm not spending money on tolls, I'm not going out to buy any food. So, you know, Kim had to remind me of that because I was like, we're spending a ton of money on groceries. But there's a couple days a week we normally order out. So we're not doing that. So, you know, there's that balance there of that. Yeah.
No, and that's, you know, that's a great point, you know. I've been kind of watching because we're talking about like maybe we'll cancel the Vero Beach and we'll fly down. So we've been watching flights.
Oh, like, yeah.
3 or 4 weeks ago, flights for the 4 of us round trip was $530.
Right.
I'm like, okay, yeah, we're flying. We're flying. We're going to cancel our trip. We're just flying there. Back. Who cares? Let's just do it. So then we're like, hey, all right. Well, now we're like watching, and now it's like $1,500. I'm like, oh my god!
Right, exactly.
We're driving. We're back to driving. We're doing so.
Yes, see, that's another thing. Yeah. Colton was buying lunch almost every day because he started really eating school lunches. But yeah, you know, he's eating us out of a house and home, and then between meals, there's snacks. Right, kids are growing, so right. Yeah, and then you're bored at times. So what are you going to do when you're bored? You eat. What was I going to say? Oh, you were talking about, you know, like looking at reservations and stuff, and like people are optimistic. So I kept watching for our first park day on the trip that was canceled was April 10th and was Animal Kingdom. And I kept looking at availability of Flight of Passage fast passes. And up until basically the night before Disney actually canceled all of our reservations, there was still no fast passes available. People weren't canceling them. So I was looking to see if I could like swap out of one of my fast passes and get Flight of Passage. You couldn't do it. Like, so people aren't canceling their stuff right now, which is great. It's optimism, and it's like, hey,
it's going.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, I wonder, like, because what they said, they can start making. So everybody that's been canceled, you start making you start booking hotel stuff June 1st, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the first date that you can actually book a trip right now is June 1st.
I'm going to grab my people. That is optimism. That is optimism. Positive thing. Be happy.
Right.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah. It's not even, it's a little over a month away, right?
Yeah.
So
a month away, you know, and I don't know. I mean, I've watched a lot of changes in our area that we live in a month. And I had to go to the eye doctor and stuff the other day. And the lady's like, yep, next week, Monday, we're bringing back 50% of our patients. We're going to try that for a week. And we might increase it. We might decrease it. But at that point in time, we're going to be bringing back 50%. I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, we just got to do it. You know, People need us. We need them.
Right.
Like, hey.
Yeah. That's essential, though. That you're talking there. That's something that is essential.
Yeah, it's her. Like she's like, even the people just want checkups. They can come get a check. Like today, I went to Ava didn't need her checkup today. They called us today. She's still coming in. We're like, I didn't think you were doing that. She's like, yeah,
Right.
come on.
There's a sense of normalcy that people are seeking right now.
I think that's going to be really good for people.
Yeah.
The normalcy, and it's going to be a different normal. It's going to be a different normal for everybody.
Yeah.
You're right. That sense of normalcy, that sense of continuing of what was going on. And I was looking at like what the stages, the stage 1 or phase 1, phase 2. I like how you can get to phase 2. And we were talking to Lisa about this. She's like, how can you get to phase 2? All the schools can still open, but you can only be in groups of 10.
Yeah. How are you going to have schools open in groups of 10? That's going to be rough.
I'm like, well, because I guess they're, like right now they're saying kids aren't really affected by it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can look at all the history, look at all the data you want. But that doesn't make sense. What about you, the teachers? I mean, you go to your classroom and that's it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even
a lot of logistics to think about here.
Yeah. It's kind of like, how about you just wait to phase 3, call it good?
Right. Yeah. Let's start small.
I like how they're like, all right, phase 1. This is what we're gonna do. I'm like, we've been in phase 1 for 6 weeks.
We've been in phase 1 for 6 weeks.
We're going in phase 1 for literally. We're not doing anything until phase 2. We have to be in phase 1 first. I'm like, we've been in phase 1 literally 8 weeks now. I think
it was supposed to have been a 2-week quarantine, and look where we are now. I've been furloughed and have not worked in weeks. I actually missed the normalcy of working.
It's going to be weird when you go back to work.
Right. Like it's going to be, I feel like because I'm furloughed, so I'm still employed, I'm collecting unemployment, which is very weird. So I kind of feel fired, but I'm not fired.
You're not, I feel fired, but
I feel fired, but you're not. It's like a nice way of saying, hey, we're not paying you, somebody else will. And every Monday I have to go online and claim my unemployment benefits. But there's no normalcy. That normalcy of getting up in the morning, getting ready for work, going, and then coming home. That's gone right now. So it's a different normal.
And you know what? That is something I can't comprehend.
Right. Yeah, because you're out there. I mean,
I still go to work. I still get in the I wake up in my work days. I wake up at 5:30.
Yeah.
The new normal now is I wear street clothes to work, and I put my work clothes on at work, and I wash all my stuff at work.
Right.
So that's my normal. But other than that, I go to work. I go to the store. I go on calls. I come, and even when I am home, Lisa wakes up. She gets dressed. She gets dressed like she's going to school. She's like, I have to do it to be in the mindset.
In the mind, yeah, exactly.
I was like, hey, more props to you, because right now it's 8:00. It's my off day, and usually you guys aren't home during this time. So if you guys could go to the basement, I could just have my own.
Right, yeah, that's something too, right? Like you're working different hours, right? So you're used to like an empty house at certain points. And
I drop the kids off. I've got about 4 hours to do whatever I want. That's fun.
Yeah.
Now I come home and I'm a substitute teacher. So yeah.
Oh, I mean, Kim was on spring break, but she's back and she's, keeping up with her students online. So I'm sitting next to Colton and keeping him going for hours at a clip online with teaching. It's a different thing right now.
It's a different environment.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, we'll get there, man. We'll get there, and eventually we'll all get back to Disney.
One day at a time. Disney's not, and right now I think I bought, what did you know what? I'm going to do it. Hang on right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to do this. I bought this. I forgot what I bought, but I bought it off of Etsy. So we're just going to, it's a good tape job here.
You haven't opened it yet?
I haven't opened it yet. That's
nice. This is an unveiling, an unboxing.
An unboxing.
An unboxing live.
So,
hey man.
So now I got to go get a frame for it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, big Thunder Mountain. Look at that. Wow, is that awesome?
Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one.
The top says too. It's it's one of my favorites. It's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
In the wilderness. Hold on
Yeah,
to your
look at
hats and glasses, because you best
Yeah.
be.
Look at that. It's nice.
That is an awesome
so I-
poster.
So I think now, like behind me here, I just want to start putting like some
Right.
Disney art. Like this is a class. I think this is one that you actually see in the queue. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to put it up, get it framed.
That's how you keep the magic alive, man.
Yep. So this is how I'm keeping the magic alive right here. I go on Etsy and I buy prints of stuff to
Frame them,
hang
hang
up,
them
and
up.
put them up on the wall. So
Yeah. Love it.
anything
Awesome,
else,
man.
you never know. You always put
Yeah, you kind of want, you want to see if they sent you like a stack of cans. And you
Yeah,
tell
like-
one or the other.
forgot to put something else in there. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna get a little frame for it, and just gonna push forward on that.
Cool, man. Well, this was fun. I had a
This
good
was
time.
great.
Talked about a lot of topics. That DVC email letter came out today. It was just like a coincidence that we planned on going live tonight and had that to talk about. So
We call that breaking news.
it was we had an emergency press conference.
Yeah, it was actually worked well for us. So it worked.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that and the Packers drafted Love last night as a quarterback backup plan for Rodgers.
I'm just gonna leave that one right there.
Yeah. You're a Packer man. What are you guys thinking about that one?
I wasn't thinking anything. I was at work and they're like, "What? Who packed?" I'm like,
They actually traded up the pick.
They did. Why would you? And I know, I mean, a lot of their wide receivers and stuff that they wanted or offensive line that they wanted were already picked. So, but then take your number 2 offensive guy that you want. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
I know.
So,
I'm gonna go catch up on rounds 2 and 3 now.
yep, me too.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks, brother. I'm glad you and the family are doing well. You, by the way, Colton Swing is coming along great there.
Oh,
Looking
dude,
good.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's awesome. He's going to be
Exciting.
crossing them soon. That's
It's a
so
big-
cool.
Yeah, this is a big thing for him to actually be into sports, playing sports, and actually like doing them and succeeding at like he's hitting the ball that I'm throwing to him freehanded now, when he was hitting off a tee. So with his like low muscle tone and his coordination and everything associated with what he has going on, it's we're having such a good time with it. So
Yeah. What did Steve say? You traded up the here. We'll share that right there.
yeah, you trade up to the first round because they get you an extra year of control and you get 5 years instead of 4. So it allows the quarterback to sit for a year or 2. Yeah, I know. It's just still, to me, it's saying to Rodgers, hey, you know what? Your time's coming up. And he's a gunslinger, man.
He's a gunslinger, but you gotta give him some weapons. You gotta give him some, people
exactly.
to throw to.
That's what I would have did. I would have given him somebody on the line or a receiver.
Yeah.
Who picked a receiver tonight early in the second round? Somebody picked a wide receiver that had a good grade, and then I think the Giants got a good draft pick in the second round, like early in the second round. So you can get great players second, third round. Yeah, I don't know what they were.
Now you just got a quarterback you picked to the first round, so now you got to get him first round money, and he's not even going to play.
Right. Yeah.
So you probably could have picked him up third or fourth round. It was the
I
same
could
guy.
have got him in the second round at some point, or
Yeah.
maybe the third round. But yeah, he said the Packers did the same. Packers did the same thing for 36, and they drafted Rodgers. Yeah, this is true. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
So-
I know. Yeah, Rodgers succeeded far, right? Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir.
You got it, man. Enjoy the night. I hope your eye gets better.
Yeah, me too. It's feeling better.
Stay
So-
healthy. Stay safe, Disney Ohio.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Be good.
Everybody stay safe. Wash your hands, and please have a Mickey bar.
Yeah, if you can, get one.
Get one from the Walmart. Get one from the store. Get a Mickey bar.
Do it. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
All right. See you later.
See ya.